Good afternoon, everybody. It's 5 past 4:20. I've already got my day started. Horny hobo, he's got something to say. Seamoth agility was more fun. Personally, I enjoyed using the Seamoth more. The agility and size just made it way more fun to use than the Sea Truck. If anything, it should have come back with the ability to carry a prawn suit for those deeper depths. Or hell, just make it possible to upgrade it to much lower depths too, so we're not just stuck with the prawn suit forever. So, this is their personal take. They enjoyed using the Seamoth more than the Sea Truck. It was more fun, right? That's a pretty simple, nothing wrong with that. Not bashing on anything or anyone. He's just like, hey guys, I like this more. Nothing wrong with that. Other people's like, hey man, I like the Sea Truck better. Nothing wrong with that. Coops comes in and grabs his pussy lips and spreads them some bitches wide, as far and wide as the eye can see. And he just lets them go and they just go flapping in the wind. The two vehicles are the same size. Incorrect. They are not the same size and have the same agility. Incorrect. They do not have the same agility. Speed of Seamoth is 11.4 meters per second. Speed of Sea Truck is 9.4 meters per second with Afterburner 13.2 meters per second. So it's not the same agility. Without the Afterburner, it has less agility. And when you equip the Afterburner, it only has 13.2 meters per second while the Afterburner is active. And in a much smaller map, you're not going to be needing that 13.2 meters per second. So already on the third line of text, Coops is already he's already been inconsistent with his own words. He incorrectly states that they have the same agility, and then he states two different speeds for the Sea Truck, one showing less speed and one showing more speed. Let's continue. The Sea Truck can also tow a module with no loss of speed and detach the module to become smaller. And with a storage module, it has more storage than the Seamoth, with 4 storage modules, but without sacrificing an upgrade slot. Unfortunately, I've got something to say about that. When you attach that storage module, you increase the bulk size. You can no longer compare a Sea Truck with a module to the Seamoth. You compare the Sea Truck cabin to the Seamoth. You start adding modules onto the Sea Truck, then it can't be compared to the Seamoth because it's not as fast and agile and it's not as nimble. Not only that, you want to talk about sacrificing an upgrade slot? At no point do you ever have to sacrifice a Sea Truck upgrade slot. There's 4 slots and there's 4 upgrades. You have no choice. There is no option. You find an upgrade, you put it on your Sea Truck. It's that simple. With the prawn suit and with the Seamoth, you had 4 upgrade slots, 6 if you count the prawn suit arms as being, customizable or upgradable, so to say. They had 4 slots for for upgrade modules, but there were more than 4 upgrade modules to choose from. You had to decide, do I want to zip around in shallow water with my Seamoth and just slap 4 storage modules on it? Have a little quick towing, little vehicle? Or am I going into some dangerous area and it's like, you know what? I don't need the storage. I want sonar. I want my perimeter defense. I want my hull reinforcement. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to be out here, so I'm going to put solar recharge on it, so I can just park up at the surface and, recharge my Seamoth in the daytime. You had options. You actually had to sacrifice one upgrade option because you wanted another one. You couldn't have it all. You want some torpedo? You want some torpedo launches on your Seamoth? You got to give something up. Okay, let's continue. The truck can carry the prawn as well. Okay, That is true, but I'm not sure how that's arguing his point. The sea moth maximum depth is 900 meters, and the sea truck maximum depth is 1,000 meters. Okay. By all the measurements, the sea truck is a better vehicle. I would disagree. Your preference is based on emotional attachment from the OG. Huh? This is such a bullshit post. Such a biased post as well. And this is a great example of how unknown worlds think. Y'all operate like co-ops. You make a post, you look it over, and you're like, yeah, I sound smart and witty. I showed them. You're so confident and assured that your shit doesn't stink that you convince yourself if anyone has a problem with what you've said, they're toxic. They're an asshole. You've declared yourself right, just, correct. You've oh man, look at this. At no point did Horny Hobo he never said at any point that the sea moth is better than the sea truck. He didn't even compare them. He just said it was more fun. If anything, he acknowledges, yeah, he wishes the sea moth could carry a prawn suit. He acknowledges that. He wishes it could go deeper. He acknowledges that. The co-ops is like, oh, you have more fun with the sea moth? You're wrong! Like, what are you talking about? Co-ops, you actually chose to argue with someone that's just like, I like the sea moth. And co-op shows up is like, I got a problem with that. Let me explain why you're wrong. You pussy wrinkle jabroni cake fart bastards. All of you motherfucking leftard liberal dumbasses. Look at you. You can't stand it. You crumple up, fold up, and catch fire. You spontaneously combust when someone says they don't like something that you like. You can't stand it. You take it as a personal attack. You've been injured. You got to fight back. How dare you say you don't like this? You're evil. But then someone else says, well, they like this. And you attack them the same way that you perceive others to be treating you. You feel like you're being attacked when someone says they don't like the sea truck. When someone says they don't like the story, when someone says they don't like anything about the game, you feel like they're talking about you. You have to defend yourself. But you don't have a problem attacking somebody else when they say they like something that you don't like. At what point did Horny Hobo bring up Co-Ops' name? At what point did he say the sea moth was better? He didn't even say he did not even say that he preferred the sea moth over the sea truck. He said it was more fun, and Co-ops just couldn't stand it. Also, take note, in all of these loaded arguments that Co-ops comes up with, supposedly to argue for why the sea truck is better, he completely ignores the lack of upgrade options that the sea moth had. For defense, you could have 4 torpedo launchers. You could stack storage modules. You could make a sea moth completely independent of anything. You wouldn't need a sea moth or a base or a moon pool. Give me a solar charger. And I guarantee you, when I'm running low on energy, I'll just make my way to the surface and step away from my computer, go make me something to eat, drink a pot of coffee, come back and be like, hey, I'm recharged. Let's go. You can't do that with the sea truck. The sea truck can't power itself. But I wanted to point this out. There's nothing wrong with liking the sea truck. There's nothing wrong with liking the sea moth. There's nothing wrong with liking the Cyclops. There's nothing wrong with liking the Cyclops. Nothing wrong with liking the prawn suit. But remember me talking about how one side attacks the other side for liking or disliking something, but the other side doesn't? Well, here's me showing receipts.